Hi there, my name's Alana, and today we are going to be going from this to this. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my go-to everyday makeup look. This is a look that I put together, I want to say about a month ago, and I've been wearing it for all of my important Zoom calls, all of my client-facing meetings, and let me tell you, I have gotten so many compliments. I love this look because it is glowing, it is fresh-faced, and it is so easy. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to be starting off with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. As much as this product is a moisturizer, it's also just such a wonderful product to use as a primer. I love how rich and hydrated it makes my skin feel, and I just love the way it sits under makeup. So I'm starting off with a concealer that I like to use to conceal and brighten. This is the Chanel concealer, and we're just going to go in lightly around the dark spots of our eyes and just cover up any little spots that we think need a little bit more coverage. I also really like to go in around the side of my nose just to cover that up. So I'm using a Real Techniques beauty sponge. You can use a beauty blender, really whatever sponge you like, but I've been really enjoying this one. And we're just going to tap that product in and just kind of make sure that we are going in an upward motion. Now this look is all about a beautiful complexion, beautiful glow. So of course I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I use shade 1 and I'm just going to almost do a base highlighter, going that sort of C shape around my cheek. A little bit in here and here. Back with my beauty blender to tap that in. For foundation, I'm using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and I wear it in the shade Mont Blanc, and it says to shake well. So I'm gonna go in with 3 pumps on the back of my hand. Sometimes I add a little bit more, but the pumps are quite small. So I like to dot it around my face, just to ensure nice even coverage. And we're gonna use the flat end of our sponge to just, again, tap that product right on in. Now the look that we are creating today is definitely not a full coverage look. This look is really designed, for everyday wear. This has been my go-to everyday look for the past couple of weeks, and I gotta tell you, every time I have worn this, I get compliments. I get compliments on Zoom, I get compliments when I'm at the store. I mean, at the store, of course, where I live, we're still wearing masks, so you're only seeing my eyes, but I get a ton of compliments wearing this, and I just always feel so confident and pretty. And sometimes I think half the battle with makeup is just feeling confident and beautiful when you're wearing it. So with this foundation, because it has such a great glow, again, we're just going in with a little bit. I know it looks like I'm using the sponge a lot. I am, but that's to just press it in and make it all seamless. In terms of coverage, there's not a ton there, but there is enough to just bring that radiance. So we're going to go back in with our Hollywood Flawless Filter, and we're just going to put some of that highlight back on top on our cheekbones. And then just tap that in. Next, I like to go in with my brows. I like to do my brows pretty early in my makeup look, only because I find it really frames my face. And I feel like once I have my brows done, I know what I'm doing, I know the direction I'm going. It's always the same direction, but I find that when my brows are done, it maps out my face. So I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in the shade Taupe. So this is her larger pencil. I do find that I use the larger pencil more often when it's almost time for me to get a brow wax and tint. So I'll be getting my brows done very soon, in the next week or 2. So I'm excited to have them done because they need it. But again, for this look, it really is just soft, glowy. It is so work appropriate. I think this is a look and products really that are gonna work well on so many different skin types, on so many different ages for our skin. I think it's just light and beautiful and appropriate. So again, we're not going in too hard with the brows. We're just filling them in just enough to give them that definition. We're just gonna fluff them out with that spoolie on the back end. And then this product's actually from Merit, but I am going to just fill in my brows. Just set them a little bit with this tinted brow gel. Okay, so that is it for our brows. Now, it is not an eyeshadow look from me if we're not using MAC's Paint Pot and Painterly. Look Look at all that pan that I've used up. So I'm just going in with a concealer brush. This is from Hip Dot. I got it in an Ipsy. And I'm just going to sort of lay a base. I'll blend it out with my finger after. Could also use a sponge, but I like to keep the sponge pretty clean at this point because we are still going to be using it for our blush. And I don't really like mixing the texture of MAC Paint Pot with the blush, the liquid blush that we're going to be using. So back to complexion, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Filmstar Bronze and Glow, a favorite product of mine. I use it all the time. I use it in the shade Light Medium. We're just going to go in with that contour shade. I like to use this to kind of do a bit of a contour bronzer. Now, one of the things that I think makes this look so beautiful is it's not a heavy contour. It's just a little bit of definition, a little bit of warmth, and I think it really just, again, brings structure to the face. So for blush, I'm going to be using the NARS Liquid Blush in Orgasm. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I like this. I gotta give it a shake. I like this better than Charlotte Tilbury's Pinkgasm. So I go in with 2 squirts on the back of my hand. Again, we're just going to use the finger. I find it does set relatively quickly, so I like to do one side, kind of tap it in, and then do the other. I'm going to use the larger end of the sponge, and I kind of like that this sponge on this end already sort of has some leftover foundation on it, because I just find it helps it look just natural and beautiful. So again, we're just lifting it up. We're not going too low. We're trying to keep this sort of a sculpting brush. Blush. The number of times I say brush instead of blush on this channel is embarrassing. So we're gonna repeat that on the other side. And don't worry if it looks like we're going a little too far, because we can always just do what I'm doing now, kind of flip the sponge over and grab, pick up a little bit more of that product and then move our sponge around so that way we're not putting that back on our face. You thought we were done with Flawless Filter. We are going to put, again, just 2 little dabs there. And now the trick with the sponge is I try to find a spot that doesn't have blush all over it. So I'm using this awkward side piece, but that is okay. We're just going to tap that in, again, just to bring that glow. Okay, so that's pretty much it for our cheeks. What we are going to do though is a little bit of setting powder. So I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Airbrush Flawless Finish. It's not my day. And I'm really just focusing this under the eye, on my nose, and around my mouth. And up here. We're not really touching the area that we have the blush on. We're just making sure that everything stays put. We still want it to have that glow, but we just want it to stay put. For our eyeshadow, we are using Charlotte Tilbury. Again, this is her Flawless Eye Filter in the shade Star Aura. Truly, if you have a complexion similar to mine, stunning. So we're going to start off with this gold shade here. I am using the Sonia G Worker 2 brush. And this shade we are just putting everywhere, all over our lid, all the way up to our brow bone. I'm now going with my Wayne Goss 17 brush, and we're going to use this lighter brown shade down here. And for this one, we are just doing it sort of windshield wiper motion, and we're just adding, again, just a little bit of definition. So we're going to do some little circles on sort of the outer third, and we're trying to sort of lift this up and out just a little bit. Using the same brush with the deeper brown, we're just going to buff that just into the outer third of our eye. Finally, we're going to take this pink shade here and just put that all over our lid. Finally, going back in with that Wayne Goss brush using the lighter brown shade, we are just going to pinch this fluffy blending brush and drag some color just on the bottom bit of our eyes. And this is the Wayne Goss 17, if I didn't already say that. So now we are using Charlotte Tilbury, the classic. This is a powdered eye pencil, and we're going to tightline our waterline. So I like to do that by just going kind of back and forth, like motions kind of like this, back and forth on just our upper eyelid. I don't like to do the bottom because, again, I want this whole look to be just lifted and glowing and beautiful. So as you're doing your waterline, mine is done right now, you're going to find that some of the eyeliner that you were putting on your top waterline, it's just gonna migrate to the bottom anyways. So one of the reasons I don't do it is because I find that that gives me enough definition anyways. And two, I just find that it just keeps the eyes looking, again, more lifted, more open. So this next step is optional, and I'm gonna be honest, the main reason I'm doing this step is because I'm filming more YouTube videos after this, but also I do this sometimes when I'm doing my everyday look. The winged liner, 100% optional, that is up to you. But I will say that if you skip the winged liner, I feel like you can shave a good amount of time off of this routine. Otherwise, I can do this routine in about 10 minutes if I'm not doing the eyeliner. So the eyeliner is for days that I have more time. Now, for the mascara, honestly, you can wear whichever mascara you like. Just use one that makes your eyes feel open and lifted. Today I'm trying a new one. This is a deluxe size mini that I got as a gift with purchase from Sephora of Rare Beauty. Let's see, what does it say? It is the Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. I chose this mascara because so many YouTubers rave about it and I wanted to give it a try. A little bit of Pillow Talk lip liner. Some Bitch Perfect on our lips. And a little bit of lip gloss. This one is Portobello Girl from Charlotte Tilbury. And here is the completed look. I feel so pretty. I love how it's come together. In particular, I love that NARS foundation and the NARS liquid blush. The way they work together, I think, is so, so beautiful. I always just feel very youthful, but at the same time, polished and professional. This is a look that, again, I've been wearing for big, important Zoom calls, for client-facing meetings, and the number of compliments I've been getting from my colleagues, honestly, even from clients. I actually had a client on a call ask what I was doing after because I looked so pretty. And yeah, anyways, I told him that I was filming YouTube videos. So anyways, this is the look. I absolutely love it. Of course, feel free to swap in for your favorite lipsticks or your favorite bronzer. But what I love about this look is it is lightweight, it's comfortable, and one thing I will say, if you want to really make it last all day, you can go in with your Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So let's just do that now. To summarize it all up, if there's one thing I love about this look, it is how confident it makes me feel. And I think that when we are feeling confident and beautiful, when we're going into important meetings or whatever it is about our day, I think that we just take on the day better. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you love high-end and luxury makeup and handbags, then definitely subscribe and I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah.